The two types of sad and narcissistic relationships, understanding the emotional dynamics. Introduction. Navigating a narcissistic relationship can be an emotionally draining experience. One complex aspect of such relationships is the presence of two distinct types of sadness that individuals may experience. The first type stems from the pain inflicted by the narcissist's manipulative and abusive behavior, while the second type arises from the realization of one's own diminished self-worth. In this video, we will explore these two types of sadness and narcissistic relationships, shedding light on their origins, impact, and ways to heal and regain personal empowerment. 1. Sadness due to narcissistic abuse. Narcissistic individuals are often characterized by their inflated sense of self-importance, a constant need for admiration, and a lack of empathy towards others. Victims of narcissistic abuse frequently experience profound sadness and emotional turmoil as a result of the narcissist's manipulative tactics, which can include gaslighting, belittlement, and emotional manipulation. This type of sadness is a natural response to the psychological harm inflicted by the narcissist and their relentless efforts to control and undermine their partner. The impact of this sadness can be severe, leading to feelings of despair, helplessness, and low self-esteem. Victims may struggle with anxiety, depression, and a pervasive sense of worthlessness. It is crucial to recognize that this sadness is a valid emotional response to the abuse and should not be dismissed or invalidated. 2. Sadness arising from diminished self-worth. In addition to the sadness resulting from the narcissist's abusive behavior, individuals in narcissistic relationships often experience another type of sadness, one that arises from the realization that their self-worth has been eroded over time. Narcissists employ tactics that systematically undermine their partner's self-esteem and self-confidence, leaving them feeling unworthy, unlovable, and inadequate. As the relationship progresses, victims may internalize the narcissist's negative beliefs and criticisms, resulting in a deep-seated sadness about their own perceived deficiencies. This type of sadness can persist even after the relationship ends, as the victim grapples with rebuilding their self-image and overcoming the psychological damage inflicted by the narcissist. Overcoming the sadness and healing. Recovering from the two types of sadness in narcissistic relationships requires time, self-compassion, and professional support. Here are some strategies to facilitate healing. 1. Seek professional help. Engaging with a therapist who specializes in trauma and abuse can provide valuable guidance and support during the healing process. 2. Establish boundaries. Setting clear boundaries with the narcissistic individual or cutting off contact altogether can aid in breaking free from their toxic influence. 3. Practice self-care. Prioritize self-care activities that promote physical, emotional, and mental well-being. This includes engaging in hobbies, nurturing healthy relationships, and taking time for oneself. 4. Challenge negative self-beliefs. Work on challenging and reframing the negative beliefs instilled by the narcissist. Focus on self-compassion, self-love, and building a positive self-image. 5. Surround yourself with a supportive network. Seek out relationships with trustworthy and empathetic individuals who can provide validation, understanding, and encouragement. Conclusion. Understanding the two types of sadness in narcissistic relationships is crucial for victims seeking to heal and regain personal empowerment. By recognizing the impact of narcissistic abuse and the erosion of self-worth, individuals can embark on a journey of recovery, self-discovery, and growth. Remember, seeking professional help and building a strong support system are essential steps toward breaking free from the emotional shackles of narcissistic relationships and reclaiming a fulfilling life. The two types of sad and narcissistic relationships, understanding the emotional dynamics. 1. Sadness due to narcissistic abuse. The sadness experienced as a result of narcissistic abuse is deeply rooted in the manipulation and mistreatment inflicted by the narcissistic partner. Gaslighting, a common tactic employed by narcissists, involves distorting reality and making the victim doubt their own perceptions and experiences. This constant psychological manipulation leads to confusion, self-doubt, and a profound sense of sadness. Victims may also endure belittlement, insults, and emotional manipulation on a regular basis. The narcissist's need for control and dominance takes a toll on the victim's emotional well-being, causing feelings of despair, hopelessness, and even self-blame. It is important to remember that the narcissist is responsible for their actions, and the victim should not blame themselves for the abuse they have endured. The impact of this sadness can extend beyond the relationship itself. Victims may find it challenging to trust others, have difficulty forming new relationships, and struggle with self-esteem and self-worth long after the abusive relationship has ended. Healing from this type of sadness involves acknowledging the abuse, seeking support, and rebuilding a sense of self. 2. Sadness arising from diminished self-worth. Narcissists systematically erode their partner's self-worth, using tactics such as constant criticism, comparison to others, and devaluation. Over time, victims internalize these negative beliefs and adopt a distorted view of themselves. This type of sadness stems from the realization that their self-image has been distorted and damaged by the narcissist's manipulation. The sadness arising from diminished self-worth can be particularly challenging to overcome. Victims may struggle with feelings of unworthiness, a fear of rejection, and difficulty in asserting their needs and boundaries. It is important for individuals in this situation to recognize that the negative beliefs they hold about themselves were imposed upon them by the narcissist and do not reflect their true value as a person. Rebuilding self-worth requires a conscious effort to challenge these negative beliefs and replace them with more positive and empowering thoughts. It involves engaging in self-affirming activities, practicing self-compassion, and seeking validation from supportive individuals who can help restore a sense of worth and confidence. While healing from the two types of sadness in narcissistic relationships is a complex and challenging journey, it is possible to reclaim personal empowerment and cultivate a fulfilling life. By seeking professional help, individuals can gain insights into the dynamics of narcissistic abuse and develop strategies for healing and self-growth. Therapists specializing in trauma and abuse can provide valuable tools and techniques to rebuild self-esteem, process the emotions associated with the abuse, and develop healthier relationship patterns. Additionally, establishing boundaries and reducing or eliminating contact with the narcissistic individual is crucial for emotional healing. Creating distance allows individuals to focus on their own well-being, free from the toxic influence of the narcissist. Engaging in self-care activities and nurturing healthy relationships are also essential components of the healing process. Taking time to engage in activities that bring joy, practicing self-compassion, and surrounding oneself with supportive and understanding individuals can help restore a sense of purpose and self-worth. In conclusion, understanding the two types of sadness in narcissistic relationships is vital for victims seeking to heal and regain personal empowerment. Recognizing the impact of narcissistic abuse and the erosion of self-worth provides a foundation for embarking on a journey of recovery, self-discovery, and growth. With time, support, and self-compassion, it is possible to break free from the emotional shackles of narcissistic relationships and create a life filled with happiness, fulfillment, and authentic connections.